Indifference is often seen as a negative trait associated with a lack of empathy or concern for others. However, in this video, we will demonstrate how indifference can become a powerful and versatile tool. We will explore the power of indifference and present 5 benefits of adopting an indifferent stance. Freedom and authenticity are important values. Many people act like sheep, conforming to the behavior and thinking of the herd, following the path set by others. While this approach may offer security and protection, it can also limit criticism and rejection from the masses. Those who dare to deviate from this pattern risk being criticized, ridiculed, or condemned, as is often the case today. People fear not fitting in, being rejected, or straying from the common path. However, philosophers like Arthur Schopenhauer and the Stoics remind us that others' opinions are not as important as we tend to think. If we wish to pursue our goals and express a personality congruent with who we truly are, we must be indifferent to social conventions and others' opinions. Emotional resilience. In an ancient visit to the Greek city of Nichols, a man expressed concern at Epictetus' school about the danger his life faced. He feared being arrested or expelled from Rome by the emperor. However, Epictetus stated that such events are not under our control. The only things that belong to us are our will and our attitude towards these events, and that's what matters. According to the Stoics, how we feel in the face of circumstances depends on our attitude and thoughts. It determines how we react emotionally. Suppose we believe that being arrested or banished is terrible. In that case, we will be horrified when it happens, and as a result, we will sink emotionally. However, if we believe that such events are merely part of the functioning of the universe, beyond our control and not inherently good or bad, we will be emotionally resilient and able to deal with them when they occur. The Stoics believe that regardless of the difficulties we face, we can choose our attitude and approach things beyond our control with an indifferent stance. Epictetus spoke of the disregard for things beyond our control, contrasting them with those within our control, our thoughts, desires, and actions originating from our inner capacity. The power of historical perspective lies in the ability to distinguish between things under our control and those that are not. Ultimately, this allows our minds to remain calm in all circumstances. By being indifferent to things beyond our control, we eliminate the fuel that causes us emotional disturbance. The art of historical indifference consists of seeking what is beneficial and avoiding what is harmful in any situation, without relying on external factors beyond our control to determine our state of mind. Although society pressures us to conform, we should strive to be true to ourselves and independent thinkers. We should not place our trust in others' opinions, but have faith in ourselves. In terms of freedom and authenticity, the power of indifference lies in our ability to create our own freedom by being true to ourselves without depending on others' opinions. This allows us to pursue our dreams and live with authenticity, even if it means deviating from social norms. Improved performance. Let's begin with a brief story. A young man participated in an archery competition and was nervous. His hands were trembling. However, he was determined to win the tournament because the prize money could help his family. Unfortunately, his performance was poor, and he was devastated by the defeat. During training, he told himself, "I rarely fail, but in a competition, all I do is fail." When the young man participated in another tournament, his nervousness prevented him from winning. Even though he had enough skill to achieve victory, his mind was fixated on the competition's outcome and the prize money that would help his family. This attachment influenced his performance. The story of the nervous archer illustrates how our attachment to specific outcomes can cause emotional distress and self-doubt. Sometimes, we feel a desperate need to achieve a concrete result, which in itself generates anxiety. We think, what if I don't win? What will happen to my family if I don't get the prize money? I need to win, I can't afford to lose. These thoughts create tremendous pressure that, instead of propelling us forward, diminishes our performance. Instead of acting correctly, we are more likely to become emotionally attached to specific outcomes. However, when we approach situations with an indifferent mindset, we focus on the process and the effort we put in rather than the outcome itself. By being indifferent to the results, we can cultivate a sense of detachment from external events that would otherwise cause anxiety. This also allows us to be more present in the moment and enjoy the process of taking action instead of becoming obsessed with the outcome. By experiencing this inner peace, we reduce the risk of emotional distress and ultimately perform better in various situations. Attainable satisfaction. The Greek philosopher Epicurus believed that instead of pursuing excessive pleasures, we should focus on simple, natural, and necessary joys. He argued that true happiness lies not in accumulating material possessions but in reducing our desires. In other words, cultivating indifference towards the allure and glamour of the world brings us more satisfaction than trying to satisfy countless insatiable desires. This approach leads us to an objective state of contentment, a tranquility we experience when fulfilling our desires. The fewer desires we have, the easier they are to satisfy. However, if we find ourselves in a bottomless pit of constant dissatisfaction and insatiable desires, satisfaction becomes nearly impossible to achieve. So, what is the best option? The best option is to seek accessible and sustainable satisfaction through indifference to pleasures. By avoiding blindly pursuing wealth and extreme power, indifference provides us with the opportunity to be content with less and appreciate life's simple pleasures. By adopting an indifferent attitude towards excessive demands for pleasure and status, we can find lasting satisfaction and inner peace that does not depend on material achievements or excess. Rational and objective decisions. When we are indifferent to our emotional state, we can better analyze situations and make decisions based on facts and logic, rather than being influenced by feelings or preconceived notions. Indifference allows us to have a clearer judgment and prevents us from making decisions based on desires or emotions, rather than considering what is best for the situation as a whole. For example, if we are emotionally attached to a specific outcome, we may make decisions that benefit us emotionally but may not necessarily be the best for the overall situation. Similarly, if we have biases towards a particular group or idea, we may not consider all available options, leading to irrational decisions. When we approach a situation with an indifferent mindset, we are more likely to consider all the available information and make decisions based solely on facts and logic. This is because we do not let our emotions and prejudices guide us. By being indifferent, we avoid making mistakes in our decision-making process. For example, imagine you are the director of a company and need to decide which employee to promote. If you have a friendly relationship with a specific employee, you are more likely to favor them over other more qualified employees, resulting in an irrational decision. However, if you make the decision with indifference towards biases, personal preferences, or social connections, you are more likely to objectively consider each employee's qualifications and decide based on their merits. Indifference is a paradoxical concept. Although it may seem empty, it possesses great power. It is a subtle yet powerful force that allows us to let go of what doesn't matter and focus on what truly matters. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the notification bell to receive updates on new videos. Also, please like and leave a comment. Your feedback is highly valuable. See you in the next video.